So, Jerry, if you don't mind starting with, that was kind of a frustrating game for you, it looked like. And can you maybe just address you didn't get a target until the fourth quarter, and it just probably had to be kind of frustrating. So can you talk about how you felt during the game?
Yeah, it is frustrating, but football's an emotional sport. Things like that happen sometimes. You just gotta make sure you know how to control it. Yeah.
And what about the fact, I mean, when you say control it, I mean, we saw you throw the helmet into the bench. Is that just what happens in the course of a game sometimes, the heat of the moment? Is that something you would want to have back, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to have that back. That's showing that emotion, but I don't want to leave that emotion as well, because sometimes y'all see that and say like, oh, he's selfish, but that's just somebody who's passionate about the game, who works too hard throughout the week and year round to come out there on Sunday and perform to their best ability. So it'd be tough when you're not capable of doing that due to certain circumstance. But you got to be better on that. By showing y'all like I'm frustrated, I got to be better at that. But it is what
Have
it
you
is.
gotten any assurances by the coaches that you get more targets? The
Please, what?
coaches said we shouldn't let that happen again. The fact that you didn't get any targets till the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the coaches. Like, they call plays for me to get the ball. It'd be just a whole bunch of other stuff going on that we can't control. We could just do our job. So, they try their best to get me involved, get me the ball. But, there's so much they could do and so much we could do. So, yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Scott. You okay. Jerry, we know Ken's going to be calling plays this week, so what are you anticipating changing with that, with Ken Dorsey calling plays and Kevin handing that over to him?
We're going to see how the week goes. You see what Coach Ken likes to do. So I can't really do nothing but do my job and run the routes that he calls for. So we're going to see how it goes.
Do you feel like you and Jameis have built up a chemistry to this point?
I mean, this is first week starting, first week playing, but we've been, we had camp with each other, so we got a chance to do some routes on air and go against each other when we had a chance to. But yeah, I guess.
Do you see his excitement to have this chance to practice, whether it's yesterday practice or just being in the building?
Nah, he been on point and on goal since he stepped foot in the building. James is the type of guy who's always ready, who always well prepared, and when his opportunity comes, he will be prepared. And, this week his opportunity, and we all going to see Sunday.
Were there more missed opportunities last week than normal, Jerry? We saw situations earlier in the year where you were open and didn't get the ball. Were there more of those this past Sunday? Did that lead to the frustration?
Y'all watch the film?
Not all of it.
Y'all gotta watch all the films,
Not
man.
the
Y'all
same
gotta watch the film.
Not the same film you saw.
Y'all gotta watch the film.
So
The
there
film
were-
tells the whole story.
So you're saying there were?
You gotta watch the film.
Jerry, what do you feel about just this team is at 1-6, and I know that's not what you were expecting when you came here. You came to an 11-6 playoff team. So how are you processing being on a team where now you guys are just fighting to win a game?
It's very frustrating. It's very hard, but the only thing we could do is just take it day by day and put our and just keep working hard. Eventually we're gonna get to where we need to go. That's all we can do. Just keep working. And, we can't dwell on the past games. We got to focus on what's ahead of us, and that's Cincinnati. Not Cincinnati. Baltimore.
So
Jerry, you last year you were on that Denver team that started off badly, but you guys kind of got hot there in late October and November. How much can you draw on what happened to you guys a year ago that in this situation?
Like you said, we started off bad, but eventually we caught on and we started connecting. We got the good group of guys that we could do that with. So hopefully that will happen.
Baltimore's defense is 32nd ranked pass defense. Do you see opportunities there, even though they're 5 or 11?
Yeah, there's supposed to be opportunities every week.
Jerry, with Deshaun's season over, are you disappointed that you guys didn't get to do more together, that it never quite hit its stride?
Yeah, man, it's kind of sad. Just everything he's been through, and just having that injury is kind of tough for him. So I just wish my guy the best. You know, wish him a speedy recovery.
Jerry, we've been talking to you since training camp about it. Just seemed like you and Deshaun had such a natural connection. You guys, seem to have some good chemistry. How can you make life easier for Jameis as he kind of transitions into that role to have developed a similar relationship with him and you guys get that same chemistry?
Basically doing the same thing I did with Deshaun, asking questions, see what he likes, see what he don't likes, and just do my part on like running routes and get open for him. That's all I could do for real.
When you talk about that frustration level, is there a way to channel that into a positive, whether it's during the game or when you get to the practice week?
When you get frustrated, when you're losing?
Yeah.
By winning, I guess.
We're good.
Very good.
Thanks, Ryan.
Jerry, well, Joel, you've been here for a quarterback change in 20s. What stands out about Jameis?
Oh, his energy. Even when he wasn't playing, he was very focused, very locked in. Always stuck to his routine. But his energy's been great. He's, he's absorbing the plan and getting us all on the same page and ready to go. He's a lot of experience. He was, the #1 pick at one point in his career, and he's been in this league, I think, going on 10 years. So it's a lot of experience back there, and I know he's excited to have a chance to go out there and play.
What about the change for Ken calling plays now and Kevin handing that over?
Yeah, Coach Dorsey, honestly, for we'll see, O-line, but we don't hear the plays in the helmet. You know what I mean? So I think for the quarterbacks, that's more of a change. It's been a pretty collaborative effort, I believe, in the offensive room anyway. But we'll just, block what's called and ready to go. I know, Jameis and Dorian are working through that with Dorsey.
Would you say Jameis is more of a pocket passer than Watson?
Yeah, he's probably more pro style, has some under center play action characteristics. He plays out of the gun too, but I would say he's more pocket passer than Deshaun was.
What does that mean for schematically? How things might look different offensively?
Yeah, I think we'll see for sure once we get out there. It's you can't change your whole offense, 1 week in the NFL, but I'm sure he'll do some things that he likes comparative to, what Deshaun likes, and we'll see how that unfolds.
Joel, the line has changed on a daily, if not weekly basis. How hard has it been then to develop chemistry, cohesion, all the things you need to make this offense go when the line's had so much change?
Yeah, I think the best groups I've been with have been groups that play 5, maybe 6 guys max in a season. You can work with them in practice. You can work with them in the games. You understand their body language and how they work and how they set. There's so many angles and double teams. Everybody has the same calls type of thing, but different bodies, different people in there. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, with everything switching up. But we're starting to get guys back. Wyatt's working his way back, and Jack's, trying to get back out there, and Poe, battled back. So we're starting to work guys back in, and see what goes. And we've been. All year saying we just want to keep improving and try to be a positive for the offense.
You experienced the Flacco effect last year. Can you expect a Winston effect similar?
Yeah, I hope so. I think Flacco got 6 games, and we're at a pretty good point when he got in there. But we're trying to take one game at a time. We know we have a tough Baltimore team. These guys are good. They're playing really well right now. So it'll be a big challenge for us, but I know when Jameis is going to be ready and he'll be focused. He brings good energy, like I said, so we're excited to be out there with him.
When you talk about that energy, Joel, how important is that when you guys are 1-6 and struggling the way you are to have kind of that boost from your quarterback?
Yeah, he even coming in the game last week, I thought he brought some good huddle presence and just good understanding of what was going on and communicating with everybody. I hope the guys on the team take it 1 week at a time and are focused on the task at hand, because the NFL is a week by week basis, and you can't look too far ahead. But like I said, I think Jameis is ready to roll, and we're excited to have him.
It feels like you guys have been trying to find a spark offensively here, and just even when you have a little one, it doesn't seem to catch with any consistency. How hopeful are you that, whether it's the change in Ken calling plays or setting the circumstance aside, but Jameis coming in can maybe give you guys something that you just haven't been able to find?
Yeah, we're looking for something. I wish I had an answer. I wish I could be like, yeah, this is going to be our spark. But hopefully a combination of things and just guys executing and less self-inflicted harm, for us, penalties-wise and turnovers and things of that nature. But hopefully one of these things is a spark and we have an answer, because our defense is playing pretty well right now and they're still, giving us a chance in these games. And if we can come up and, do some things on offense, I think we'll have a chance to be competitive.
Joel, yesterday Kevin seemed downcast for him for a Wednesday in front of us. Are you getting that feeling this week from him?
No, I think he's locked in. He's businesslike. He truly, is trying to do what he thinks is best for the team, and that's where we're at right now. But I haven't seen it. He's a little bit more involved in like other things than like just game planning the whole time. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the week. But I haven't seen a real change from him.
Joel, I know Baltimore obviously usually has a really good front, but number one run defense this year they seem pretty formidable. Just what have you guys seen from them on tape?
Yeah, very good. I mean, they've been playing from ahead too, so teams have been having to pass the ball a little bit more. But I mean, those guys, they've all, they draft guys, they keep them in the system, and they develop these D tackles and D linemen and linebackers, and right now their guys are pretty formidable. So it's a tough test. Like they got big, strong, athletic guys inside, and we know it'll be a challenge. If you try and go big on them, they run a lot of heavy base defense, and but then their nickel defense is good. They have Hamilton back there who's kind of can play safety, dime, nickel, so you got to find him as well. And Roquan kind of gets them all lined up, so it's a great front, and like you said, especially in the run game, but they're pretty formidable in the pass rush and stuff as well too.
Joel, how much on game day do you have conversations and interaction do you have with Ken? I mean, I know you're obviously talking to Andy and Roy more, but do you have much, in terms of, hey, input, this is what I'm seeing
on game day?
On game day with Ken?
Yeah, no, very much. I mean, he's around. Like we see him in the halftime, he'll talk or say something. But like if I have something going on, I'll usually tell Andy or Roy, and they'll let them know. But I don't really interact with them like one-on-one like that.
Joel, you touched on it a little bit, but how good was it to see Wyatt back out there yesterday, just kind of as he's come back from his injury? Yeah,
it's great. He's worked hard. Like I've said, we have a couple tough injuries, but he's really focused on trying to get back, and he could be a spark too, like the way he plays and finishes guys, and so we're excited to see him out there. Hopefully as the week goes on, he keeps feeling better and better. But it's always good to get your guys back.
Nick talked about having to shake off the rust. Chuck, when he thought he was a little rusty in that first game, do you just see him getting even better as we move forward, and even maybe yesterday in practice?
Yeah, I think so. He, I think he's a tough grader too, on himself. But I think you don't play for that long. You're coming off injury. All the, hype for what it was worth. I mean, like he deserved the hype, but all the hype and stuff I think adds to the first game, and so I think you'll just see him continue to get more and more comfortable.
You mentioned you hope the guys just take things week by week. Is that easier said than done to not look ahead and not let things spiral?
Yeah, it is easier said than done. And I do think, Coach Stefanski does a really good job of keeping us focused on that. And if you want to be a team that competes in the NFL, like I think you have to do that even when it's going good. The 1 week at a time, like everything changes so much, injuries, different opponents that you're playing. Like it's a marathon, but each week is a sprint. So you have to be really focused on the task at hand each week. Thanks.